Hey, this is Jackie Bros.
Folks, this is Dunlap.
If you like what you're listening to on this and want to hear more of it, then go on over to a Patreon page and become a patron for the Red State Update podcast, as well as other things we plan on doing down the road.
You mispronounced every other word.
Which ones?
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, everybody, this is Jackie Bros on here.
Yeah. Hey.
Y'all know that next to me over there, don't you?
It's a Dunlap. It's a dirty Dunlap. It's dirty Dunlap, dirt nap. It's the dirty.
Yeah, dirty. Your dirty mouth is filthy all the damn time, yeah.
I'm here, people, to fuck you up.
Hey,
I'm here
just
to
because
fuck
it
you
is
up.
filth, don't prove it to anybody, but everybody knows. I don't need to hear it right now. I don't want to hear the language right out, starting right off.
I don't mean I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, hell, just...
Punch you in the face.
Why would you punch anybody in the face?
I'm not. I'm going to hit them up knowledge style. You ever heard the phrase, drop some knowledge? I'm going to do that on this podcast. That's what we do.
Well, thanks for explaining to me. I didn't know what the hell we was doing. I thought they were just talking on here.
Sometimes I kick the microphone. Sometimes I drop some knowledge. That's what we're going to do on this podcast. Folks, people, it's a Red State Update podcast. Welcome to it. For half of this podcast, Jackie, a grizzled old coot,
all right,
who crawled up out of the outhouse in Tennessee.
Quit being cute.
And you look at him, you go, well, this monster, the worst of America, he must love Donald Trump.
Hey, now you stepped over the line right there. You stepped over the line. You call him a coot, grizzled, old, sick,
outhouse monster?
Well, yes, outhouse monster. You call me all that, but don't you dare say I like them you-know-who.
He hates him. So for half of this podcast, it's Jackie yelling about Donald Trump.
Well, what else can you do? That's all I know how to do, buddy. If there was something I could do, if there was someplace I could go, someplace I could talk to, help me change some things, might do something, I'd do it. But all I got here, so I just sit on here.
Our Republican senators and congressmen?
They ain't doing nothing. But what, Corker up there made a little speech, and, he's leaving. Well, what does he count? Who cares what he's saying? He's gone, just like you said about McCain.
Corker's sick, too?
I didn't know if he's sick, but he's gone in a different way. McCain, he's sick.
But he was doing it even before.
Yeah, he would every now and then, yeah. But then
McCain is the kind of person who's like on the committee at the Lions Club. And like, what do you think about Donald Trump, who's also on your committee? And McCain like roll his eyes like, but somebody's got to help us make the floats. Just eye rolling. That doesn't do anything, really.
Nope. All these people that get on a computer, all of them get mad whether let's say like a neo-Nazi wins an election under the GOP banner, or Trump says something terrible, or says, that Kim Jong-un is a good man, nice man, and they get on that Twitter on the computer and just say, I don't like this. This is terrible. We shouldn't be doing this, blah. But they don't do nothing about it. Getting on the damn computer and tapping the thing. You're the one that's got a job that can actually do something.
That's what we do. We get on the computer.
Not you.
You live in Washington for some reason. The reason's not so that you can sit in your basement all night and go like, I can't believe Donald Trump. You're the fucking senator.
Hey, watch your language, but yes.
Get off the computer and go to wherever senators work and do your job.
I sure don't like this. I can't believe he did. Well, this ain't the way that America is. Well, yeah, it is, because you ain't doing a damn thing about it.
Nobody, listen, senators, nobody gives a fuck.
Hey, say it with the sentiment, not the language.
What you do, what you say on the computer, unless it's racist or it's like a sext. Other than that, I don't care. Go do it at your job house, not on the computer. I get on the computer and I call you a stupid motherfucker.
Hey, now.
That's my job as a citizen. Your job as a fucking senator
Hey.
is to do an actual thing, not to vent. We vent because we can't do nothing. You're acting like you're the person like you own McDonald's. You're like, these French fries are shitty. Did they change their recipe? You own that McDonald's. You're at least a franchisee. You don't have to drive away and go, shit, this Coke is flat, but what are you going to do? You own it.
Fix it.
Change the tank. You goddamn morons.
All right, now watch it.
I guess we're doing the news first. I thought we were going to do the sponsor. That's the second half. So since we're doing the news, we might as well hold on. It's a fucking politics party up in this motherfucker.
All right. Now, the language, all that, yeah, you big man, drink a beer. Nobody cares what you drink.
I opened a beer on a podcast. What the fuck is happening?
Please stop.
New media. Come on, people.
I don't want to hear it for 2 hours. Just don't.
Get up. Nope. We're going to keep one tight hour.
Well.
One tight hour.
An hour. All right. I'll see if we can do that.
So let's see what we're talking about here. Senators who are idiots. I will tell you one thing, that if Corey Stewart, the racist carpetbagger, is that a loaded term? Can I use that? I feel like I can use that.
I think that's right. We're not sure the whole, if there's any, plays
I don't
into
know what
that.
the connotation is, but I'm going to go ahead and use it.
For now, that's all we know. Someone, if there's something wrong, tell us, and we'll
come down here, pander to us, love the Confederate flag, pander to the worst of the South. Like, oh, yeah, Confederate flag over my dead body. Will they take this flag stands for what? Who? It's infuriating. It's a little infuriating.
Now, I may say he won an election. He won a primary. Is what
he won a primary.
He ain't take office yet, but he going to run against Tim Kaine. We know how good Tim Kaine is. What a great politician he is.
He really brings it home.
Yeah.
He really. If you're in a pinch and you're like, I need somebody to go the extra mile to really. This may be a close election. I need somebody to just really like. And that just get us across the finish line. It may just be by a few thousand. We just need that Tim Kaine magic to get us across the.
Yeah.
I will say that if this racist moron, awful, fat-faced fuck gets in there, we shouldn't. He will do things in the Senate House, like these eye rollers and tut-tutters.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing except what Trump wants.
When the white supremacist gets his job because you didn't do a damn thing, then he's going to do a few things. You watch and see.
He's coming in with an agenda.
Yes, he is.
He's got things he wants to see happen, and he's going to work hard to get those things done. Now, if you're a racist, that's going to make you want to vote for Corey Stewart. But if you're not a racist, that should make you want to move heaven and earth to keep the motivated racist out. Not just like a lazy racist. I'd say a lot of the senators are lazy racists. They're racist, but if you ask them about it, they're going to lie, or they're not. They don't really want to cause any waves. They don't want to get in trouble.
They're going to play coy a little bit with it.
They're going to play coy. This guy's not lazy. He's motivated racist. We don't want more of those. We need less lazy racists. We need no motivated racists.
Yep.
Got to keep them away from positions of power. But lately, it seems, I don't know, some kind of trend.
Well, the President of the United States congratulated this white supremacist for his victory in the primary, so
keep an eye on that one. He said something like that. Don't underestimate him.
Well,
that's really, actually, I think he may have just encapsulated the theme of the last couple of years. Don't underestimate these fat-faced, incompetent-looking racists, because they'll surprise you.
They tend to get elected.
They will surprise you. Remember, we used to be like the Ku Klux Klan. They couldn't even get down. That closed the
They were just somebody to get hit on Geraldo, as far as I was concerned, for years and years growing up. That's all that they were to me.
They're going to close the El Camino door on their robe, drive down the road to the rally with it, just laugh at them. You know, it's other white people would just laugh at the Klan. Turns out, still dangerous. It just takes one fat orange spark.
Yep.
To get these things a-blazing.
This fella in Virginia now, he buddies with the man that helped put on the Charlottesville. Remember that? Remember where all the good people were?
Oh, yeah. He that was left-wing agitators, right, Jackie, that come down there?
They made a mess of it. Had they just left them alone, let the Nazis alone, let Nazis do as they please in the United States of America, they, you know, things would have turned out different.
Yeah, Corey Stewart. Corey. The worst race. That's what. Listen, racists used to be called like their names were like Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah,
Nebuchadnezzar Potts.
Corey
from Pissville, Alabama, but Corey, who looks like a. See, this is you can't. They don't look like Bull Connor anymore. Racists look like middle management at FedEx. They look like somebody that they either look like they're bringing you a package or they're like dispatch. You know how a lot of FedEx people, you'd be like, they ought to be in shape. Like UPS driver, like they're walking, they're carrying packages. But I'm like, what do they eat for lunch? Because they must be making bad choices. Because a lot of these guys just fat as fuck.
Hey.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying.
Hey.
A lot. You know how you're curious, like, you'd think you'd be in shape. Like sometimes I'm going to get me a job where I get in shape. Like, I'm going to be a roofer, sweat it all off in the summer, or maybe I'll be a FedEx driver, and then you see FedEx bring you some packages. You're like, well, maybe I won't be a FedEx driver.
That's a few big. A lot of delivery men.
You still got to go to the gym.
When I had the store, the man maybe used to bring the Lay potato chips. He was big. He was a big, big man.
He eating them chips.
Yeah. I asked him, too. I said, what do you do for lunch? I said, hell, everywhere I go is lunch.
What?
Big.
Does he still bring the Lay chips around?
Well, I mean, I ain't got a store no more. I'm sure he's taking it to some store, yeah.
You think he'd give me a letter of recommendation?
I don't know about that. You talk to him. He's a nice fella, but I mean, he's big. That don't mean, anything.
I wouldn't mind driving one of them trucks around. Eating chips all day.
If you want to, he'd be a man to learn from. I'd talk to him. Because he might be looking for an apprentice. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Because that ain't even bad. Because they're like, well, Randall, what'd you eat all them chips today for? And they go, well, it's a commercial. People see me driving the Lay's chip van around and me shoving chips in my face, and they say, well, shit, those must be good. That son of a bitch can't keep his hands out of them bags.
Well, they chips are good. I mean, most people know that already. Just thinking he's a lucky man, having that job.
One danger I can already see is probably driving it around with all that chip grease on your hands. Yeah. Wrecks from the steering wheel slipping through your fat, greasy fingers.
I'm sure he got some wipe bits of hand, what is sanitizer or something like that.
Yeah, he just keeps some sanitizer in the. That's all you
need, yeah. You'd be all right.
Look, it's not people. If Corey Stewart was fat and not racist, that'd be fine. I don't even know what he is.
Well, a Nazi, I think.
Nazi, yeah, he's a Nazi. Yeah. Terrible.
And that's one thing for sure. Well, I think most people.
I'm just saying, looks shouldn't make it about looks. Even saying looks doesn't mean if you're not skinny than anything. Like I like everybody. I celebrate all shapes and sizes, unless it's a Nazi or Trump, and then I feel like I can make fun of them. That's all I'm saying.
Their physical appearance, yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like, it ain't even being fat. Ain't nothing wrong or bad or nothing. It's just the way it is.
Like I said, the man who worked for Lay's years and years, nicest fella in the world.
All I'm saying is if you're a Nazi, I'm going to make fun of how you look. So if you got a fat face, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
If you like Nazi protests and Donald Trump and you're bald as a motherfucker, I'm going to bring that up.
All right.
I'm going to say You're hideous and grotesque and terrible to look at if you're the president of the United States of America. Other than that, I think looks should be off the table. I've made a lot of fun of people's looks over the years. It's time for a gentler, kinder America, except when we're talking about these racist motherfuckers and the president of the United States of America.
President dumbass, excuse my language. Excuse my language. I want to go back to these, all these senators, just the hand-wringing and worried about, and I think I heard somebody say that, it's worth trying to save the Republican Party. Let's try to save the GOP. We're going to stick this out. And what is the point of saving a party that nominates, as, he ran as Republican. Nobody had anything to say about that. Ran him and also, don't forget about, there's a child molester, Roy Moore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand tell me a political party that endorses child molesters Nazis. Tell me what is about that political party is something that we need to save. Explain that to me.
Well, Corey Stewart likes Roy Moore. They're cut from the same
I know
cloth.
Yes, I know that.
Same white cloth that you wear to burn crosses in. They're cut from that same cloth. And, it's the woman who beat Sanford in South Carolina. She said this is the party of Trump now. We're the party of Trump. They are. Why is everybody trying to fight it? Actually, they're not trying to fight it.
No,
The
they ain't.
Corker leaving.
He's gone.
McCain leaving. I mean,
Yeah.
There's other reasons.
Yeah.
But people are leaving. People are abandoning ship. I don't know where they're going. I don't know if they think there's going to be a Republican Party after this. I mean, there is, but it's Donald Trump's party.
Yeah.
The people that are running the White House are going to run the Republican Party from now on. That's the Republican. So if you're a Republican and you hate Trump, you got to figure something else out.
Damaged goods. Oh, well.
What are you going to do, Jackie?
I told you I was independence now. Said that a while back.
Bob Corker said it's a cult of Trump.
I don't know what else it would be. I still don't understand the appeal. That's the main thing I don't. Of all the things that he says that he does, of course, because he's a crazy, stupid old man and just awful as well. But what about that is appealing to anybody? And I don't know why you won't stick with the whiny baby that whines. See, they all got caught, first off, with this whole thing. They got caught. I mean, that's why he's freaking out every day on the computers, typing this, typing that. And today, his lawyer, his entire legal team, Mr. Cohen fella, this was, I guess, the personal lawyer of the president, who basically just paid off women. I think is mostly what he did. Porn stars, this, that. God knows what else. Also take a lot of money from Ukraine and things such as that, and companies. It goes on and on and on and on. But
Michael Cohen, mainly his job was to say, hey, honey, how you spell your last name? Writing a check out. What's today, the 13th? There you go, honey.
Yep.
Rip it out. From Toronto Dump, our friend. Hey, I got a little thing for you from our friend. Hope it was worth it, Donnie. Here you go, sweetheart.
Yep.
Here you go, Tina.
There's no question if all your lawyers drop you, something ain't right.
He said he wanted New York lawyers.
New York lawyers, that's what he wants.
He wants to change his strategy.
Yeah.
I heard that on the news. They said he may want to change his strategy.
Good time
what
change
strategy
Yeah.
did he have to begin with?
I ain't seen any plan, because everything they've done is out in the open. There's manifold laundering money and all this, and he's going to go to jail here pretty soon, which is where it should be, because it broke the law.
It's like you have a pair of white shoes, which he probably has lots of pairs of white shoes.
Well, yeah.
Some gangsters have lots of pairs of white shoes, and you gotta walk through this field of cow shit without getting any cow shit on your white shoes, and like you're almost through the field, and you've stepped in every hot, steaming, fly-covered pile of fresh cow shit on your way almost to the end of the field. You're like, I think I got to change my strategy here to keep these. These shoes are going to be ruined.
Yeah.
It's a little late, and you can't change something you didn't have.
No.
And your shoes are covered in shit, and you're going to jail. And then President Trump's going to pardon you.
Yeah.
So you're not going to go to jail.
He's not going to go to jail.
So never mind.
He's going to do that too. People say, oh, he ain't going to do it. Why would he not do it? Of course he's going to do it. And when he does, nobody's going to do a damn thing about it. They might get on the computer and twit about it. They might make a speech there in Congress. You know, hey, this is going too far now. I don't understand this. But that'll be about the extent of it.
Maybe they'll do a meme.
Yeah.
Jackie, the thing is, I think I've got this figured out. Every week I think I've got it figured out. And then I spend the next week banging my head against the wall.
No, it makes any sense, yeah.
But we keep thinking that people elected Donald Trump to be president. Like they wanted Donald Trump to be president.
Yeah.
And we can't figure out why they don't get mad when he doesn't do things the president way, why he keeps doing stuff the Donald Trump way, the brain-addled way, the stupid idiot way, the petulant baby way, the crying man-child way, the spoiled rich kid from New York City who could never relate to any normal person in the rest of the country way, except to pander to them way.
Yeah.
And even then, he's not good at it. He's just doing what he wants way. But they didn't elect him to do any of that. They didn't elect him to be the president. They elected him to do exactly what he's doing, which is to be the anti-president. They don't want him to do diplomacy. They don't even necessarily want him not to start wars.
I know.
They just want Donald Trump to blunder through the presidency, making liberals mad, and that's what he's doing. They figured he'd give rich people a bunch of stuff and it'd goose the economy for a little while.
Yeah.
They can enjoy that till they get bored of it or until everything crashes down around them. And they just thought he'd insult people and be kind of an idiot, yell, scream, piss people off.
Yep.
People don't like government. They want him to trash it. People don't trust politicians. They don't want him to be a politician.
That's why they put him in there, yeah.
People are racist.
That's it, yeah. Well, yeah.
People are enjoying this. They're doing what he wants. He's doing exactly what he wants, which is what everybody who voted for him wants him to do. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why he would say that he wants Russia to be back in the G7, because that seems like, well, why would he say that? Because if Russia has something on him, it's going to tip it for him. It's going to incriminate him. Or if he's trying to hide something, like, why would he say that? Or maybe they don't have anything and he really likes Russia, or did like Putin tell? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He could say that and then play you the P tape of like just him pissing all over just a prostitute.
All right.
Just play that for you and then say, yeah, Russia should be in the G7. And then say, I didn't play anything for you. Like, he doesn't care. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's what I was saying. They all got caught breaking the law, and none of them cares.
None of them care. It's not even Donald Trump. I don't think even lives in a reality-based world where he's like, well, I got caught doing something. Now I got to cover it up. He just blunders through. Yep. He thinks he can do whatever he wants.
Well, he is. Who's proving him wrong? Nobody stopped him from doing whatever the hell he wants.
We keep saying things like, oh, things could get bad. What if there's something like Nazis marching in the streets or taking people's babies away from them, or denying asylum to women running away from abusive marriages, or what if the president is like openly corrupt and like that? Those aren't what ifs. That's the way it is.
That's what's happening right now.
That's what happened. That's what people voted for. Yeah. We keep expecting nobody's going to stand for the president doing that. We don't have a president. They didn't vote for a president. Nope. They put Donald Trump in charge of the country. Everything we're trying to hearken back to is old bullshit.
Yep.
It's like when they play that Christmas Carol and you're like, what the fuck was Curry or Knives? It doesn't matter. That shit is over. Who's Norman Rockwell? Who gives a fuck?
Hey.
Long dead. You know what matters? The racist, horrible idiot who is empowering some of the worst stuff to happen in America for hundreds of years.
Yep.
Awful, awful man. So we're like, well, why? Here's, though, the thing that I think is most infuriating is when he does something president and people give him president praise. Like, oh, the president went over to North Korea and he's talking, even though it's like a child moron. Like the dumbest kid went over there and talked to the leader of North Korea.
What's the difference? I know it don't.
But then people want him to get the Nobel Peace Prize. It's like you can't get the president stuff when you voted for the anti-president. If you want him just to run amok and just like shit on everything and piss on people and play videos of him pissing on and getting Russia a job and getting Scott Pruitt's wife into the G7. Like, it doesn't matter. But you can't give him the praise for, like, bringing world peace when he's just when you wanted him to be a fucking idiot. I think you should recognize that he was just idioting all over North Korea and enjoy it for that. Don't try to get highfalutin all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, he gets the Nobel Peace Prize. No, he doesn't.
He got nominated for it today, though. He did get nominated.
By who nominated him?
Hell, I don't know who does that.
Corey
job.
Stewart? Did he just what did he call up a radio station?
I don't know, but
He call up
said in the news that Trump after North Korea, he gonna get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Call up Big D and Bubba and be like, hey, can I nominate Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize?
That may be how it's done. Hell,
Call like a request line on an AM radio station. And so the anti-president is having a lot of fun, going to Singapore.
Made a new friend.
Made a
good
little
buddy.
friend. He does not understand, like, leaders of the free world. He doesn't understand the Trudeaus or the Macron.
No.
Or Angela Merkel.
No.
He likes the Philippines man. He likes North Korea man. He likes dictators.
Oh, Putin now, don't forget, leave him out. That's his
Putin
favorite.
is his
That's
favorite.
His favorite one. Went over there and said, he's a good man out here. People love him. He said that of a dictator, starve his people to death, to torture, everything. Oh, they love it. They love it. I wish America would get with the system, and
Was he watching? Did they show him North Korea, Fox News? They had to. That must be where he's getting this.
Well, you showed me what he showed them.
That video.
That looked like an 8-year-old made something like put a video up for a report or something.
It looked like there was a medium-sized church in the middle of Georgia somewhere who's like, I need to put together a proof of concept video to take my uncle so that he can, and my uncle owns several Bojangleses, and he's going to front me the money to make our Christian movie. So I need to show him that I have an idea, but we don't have any footage shot. So I'm just going to get a weird announcer, and we're going to pull some clips, and we're going to call it Destiny Films. And then my uncle's going to give me $100,000, and then we're going to make a movie about a small-town firefighter whose son dies and then comes back. And the last third of it is just a close-up of the son telling what Jesus looked like.
That sounds good. I'd go see that.
No.
What? If he come back and Jesus let the little boy come back.
That's good, but why did Jesus let the little boy come back?
Well, that makes me want to go see it now, see?
That was Sylvester Stallone and the slam dunk were the best parts.
I say I put Rocky in it, yeah.
Or a training video at Wendy's.
It's what it seemed like. It just seemed like why anyone would take time. Of course, it didn't. How much time did it take somebody to make that? Who knows? So it could have took them 4 days. No, not good enough. I want to be a real good video. You know, who knows? I have no idea.
Can you imagine somebody working iMovie trying to edit a sunrise with Stephen Miller breathing down your neck?
Oh, God. Good God Almighty.
Eating Gardettos out of the vending machine. It's 3 a.m. He's still got his jacket on. You're just trying to finish the fucker.
Hey.
And he's like, hey, can you make a cut here?
Hey there, this Jackie Bro.
Hey there, it's Dirty Dunlap, the Dirt Lap, the Dirt Nap. Hey, we're at the second half of the podcast, and this is the part where we talk about some local sponsors from here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee that we've rounded up for this episode of the podcast. And sometimes this part goes first before we scream and rant about Donald Trump.
Well, both of them are going to happen at some point in a different order every now and then. That's all.
Sometimes we try to do this first and we get so mad about Donald Trump, you just can't do anything else.
I can't think about nothing else. You got to get that out of your system, really, in order to focus on anything else. That's
and then sometimes you got to kind of build up to, you've been thinking about Donald Trump all day and you just want to talk about, hey, what's going on around here in town, Jackie?
Well, that's what I want to do. And I got some good news to talk about here with my sponsor around town. If you want me to get to it, let me get right to it because I'm happy. Really happy. It's good news. There was a situation we was having here. First off, where we're recording this podcast here, we're in Link Canovers.
Who is it?
Link Canover.
Who's
Link? His nickname is Can Opener. I have to tell you this every damn time. Link Can Opener.
You would think I would get used to hearing that, but every time I tell you when I pull up here, I'm like, Link Canover.
That's his
What's
name.
Link Canover doing in there?
His name is on the damn business.
Canover.
Canover is his name. His nickname is Can Opener. That's, you know this. But it's Link Canover's Kudzu suits, which is where we're at. Yeah, he's kind enough for in exchange for him being a sponsor to let us set up shop, so to speak, and guess whatever, turn the computer on and how it works.
Because when we started doing this, Kudzu suits, which are suits made out of kudzu.
Made out of kudzu, yeah. It takes a while. He has to grow them over like the mold, and make us.
His father was a tailor, and his mother good at plants.
Horticulture, yeah. That's how they get the. Yeah, he both sides took a little bit of both, and look what he's got here. And these things are popular, or they were popular, and then they weren't popular. But then now, let me tell you what. The good news is they're popular again.
There were, first I should tell people that, listen, last week they may have thought, they let in a bunch of these squirrels into getting these suits when I had the door propped open. Turned out those were rats.
They were just, mice and rats. There was a little bit of equal amount of both of them. Yeah, that's what it was. So we did.
I like it when mice and rats are friends. You don't see that all the time.
Well, we don't have any, he moved the kudzu suits in the back. It used to be right here beside us, which I don't mind. It's nice being outside. It's nice being around the shrubbery or whatever. But he's moved it further to the back of the store. He's trying to, get it in. But he's got it. Well, one reason he's moved it back further to the store is he got to make room to make more of them. Let me tell you what's going on. Excuse me here, lad. I'm jumping ahead and I shouldn't do it. Here at Link Canover Kudzu suits, these suits.
Who is it?
Link Canover.
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 God damn, every time I hear it, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time.
He's making these kudzu suits a popular thing. It's what do you say, trendy, and I don't understand it, but it looked like a man wearing, it looked like got kudzu growing all over on the sleeve.
You might look like the Jolly Green Giant.
A little bit like that. If you got the pants and shirt, if you got it all, the whole suit, yeah. Some people just walk around with just a jacket on. I seen one man wear the pants. I don't know if that's the texture, how it feels. He likes it on
Was
his
he wearing a
legs
shirt at all?
He wouldn't wear no shirt, no.
Just the pants.
Wears kudzu pants, yeah.
Like Tarzan.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't think about that way, but yeah.
I mean, Tarzan doesn't wear pants.
Well, everybody loved these. He wears a rag. He don't go naked, you know.
What does he wear? Is that just he's not got his balls tied up in a rag?
You swing around like that crazy, you know, you liable to hurt yourself some way. You got to do something there.
That's true. The older you get, you got to bind them things in place. When you're swinging on a vine, like the momentum's going to keep some things going, and then they're going to swing back at you.
Want to sit here and talk about Tarzan's stuff coming at you. If
he didn't have that rag.
Hell.
And then at some point, don't he go back to England and like teach a gorilla to talk?
In the story, yeah, one of the movies, something like that. It's been years since I've seen it.
And then he's like Dr. Tarzan and his amazing talking gorilla.
Yeah, something like that. He talked. Yeah, it's been so long I can't remember.
That's Greystoke, is what we're thinking.
Oh yeah, that's a fancy Tarzan. What you talking about? Fancy Tarzan.
I like Ragball Tarzan.
Well, I got a weakness for Tarzan in general, but I'll take rag over the hoity-toity any day. But these...
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about Lake Canover's kudzu
Who is
suits. Hell. He's making these kudzu suits. They're flying off the shelf. Everybody likes it, and they ran into a bit of a problem. Now, and this is just like what you call... it's not an individual. It's not a thing. It's what you call natural... happened, not a disaster, not a natural disaster, because it's not a disaster, but something happened that, you know, you can't account for. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's what happened. These dwarf-eared mutt squirrels are on the endangered list. There's only so many of them left. I don't know the exact number, but it ain't a lot. That's why you get on there. It's the endangered list. The dwarf-eared mutt squirrels, for whatever reason, not quite sure, were nesting in these kudzu suits.
They were drawn to them.
They were drawn to them in ways that the people who study this sort of thing, they don't know. First thing, they don't understand it.
Do you know why you don't know how many endangered species there were left?
Do I know why I don't know?
Yeah, because when Scott Pruitt took over EPA, he had somebody go through and erase the endangered species totals.
It's kind of like what they're doing to Obamacare, but except here they get rid of all information, but they can't get.
He's not changing the law or anything. He's just like, well, how many are left?
We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
How many?
Well, this is what we're hoping. Pretty soon we are going to know. Now, first off, if you had, because this is a federal law that you would have to follow, and some people, like I said, these were popular outfits. People wearing them, and these little dwarf-eared mutt squirrels were nesting in these.
So cute.
Yeah, they're adorable, little tiny thing. They're just a little adorable thing. But
I just want to let you know, I hate to interrupt the story again, but I went home and I looked through my kudzu suit that I paid $250 for, and there were no squirrels.
You didn't have any in there?
No squirrels at all, which was a relief to me.
Well, because
I did find some spider mites, though.
Some people were upset at first because what happened, if you had one living, first off, they were, like I said, these were federal laws. You could not remove the kudzu jacket, had to leave it on, and you had to immediately somehow travel to Elk City, Oklahoma. There was some sort of reserve there, some sort of, they were trying to get them there to they're endangered species. These are precious, precious animals, and we just can't take a risk of losing, how you seen how cute they are? They'd be, what a sad world it'd be if you didn't have any dwarf-eared mutt squirrels running around. But tell you what, something has happened, and this is great news for people. I know people were upset having to travel this and do all that and deal with this, but this is good news. Let me tell you what's happening. We don't understand completely yet why, but we'll get to that. We're going to learn here soon enough. These kudzu suits, for whatever reasons, is a perfect environment for these little squirrels to breed. And the numbers, the populations are going up. These little squirrels are getting in these kudzu suits, and they're, nature takes its course, and it hadn't done it in a while. We were worried about it, but the numbers are going up. They're still on the endangered species list for now. But they're trying to tally up how many, it's really happening here. So if you do find a dwarf-eared mutt squirrel, don't rush off to Elk City, Oklahoma if one's living in your suit. Don't get your bus ticket, plane ticket, whatever it is you need to get. Don't do it. Don't go there. No. Because more than likely, what you got in, you could be very possibly may have one, but more than likely, from what they're saying, statistics and whatnot, you got 2 of them little dwarf eared mud squirrels. Nate, like I said, Nate, you take this course, and you pretty soon you're gonna have you a little dwarf eared mud squirrel family. It's gonna be in your slave, in your cuff. You don't know where it is. You know,
that's great.
Yes,
that's cute.
Isn't it the sweetest thing? We're bringing these animals back. Bless your heart.
And you don't have to go to Elk City, Oklahoma.
No.
You just stay at home and enjoy the mouth sounds of your little.
No.
No.
What you do is you're gonna go take them. You still need to go somewhere. Just don't go to Elk City, Oklahoma. No, you got to get to Mason City, Iowa. Mason City, Iowa, which is where the Squirrel Preserve is, and we're going to get the numbers are already up. They're wanting to study these kudzu suits to see, just how, what it is, how did they create this? How, and I don't know if he did it on purpose. We hadn't really talked about it. I don't think Link did, but I ain't talked to him. I don't know. He was trying to make a repellent so as to stop this, but now he came up with one, but we ain't going to use it because, now you want these little families, you won't get these squirrels back out in the world where they belong.
I hope that doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Now, wait a minute. Why do you not have to go to Elk City? What was in Elk City, Oklahoma?
That's another study place or something.
So it's a different study. Well, what do they do with all the squirrels that went to the dwarf-eared mud squirrels that went to Elk City, Oklahoma?
For all I know, they're boxing them up and heading them to Mason City.
So everybody's going to Mason City.
Could be.
So
don't know.
These squirrels ain't fucking in Elk City, Oklahoma. They only get...
Some of them might have been. I don't know.
Wait, so you're saying these squirrels don't get horny unless they're in Mason City, Iowa?
What I'm saying is they don't get like that unless they're in a kudzu suit. That's what I'm saying. And then you got to get that kudzu suit all the way to Mason City, Iowa.
Why can't you just let them fucking you?
Hey, watch your mouth. Because they're trying to make records. Scott Pruitt erased everything. We are trying to find the correct numbers. There's a lot of science that goes into this, and the best place to handle all this,
this
is
science,
good news, yes,
is in Mason City, Iowa.
At the Squirrel Preserve in Mason City, Iowa.
That's close to Clear Lake, Iowa, where Buddy Holly took his fatal last flight.
Oh, did he?
And Richie Valens and Big Bopper.
Oh, yeah, they died too.
Do you Big Bopper? Everybody loves that.
Oh, hell, they ain't going to do my Big Bopper.
Come on, do you Big Bopper?
I'll do it once, all right. Baby. That's right, he calls on the phone. Baby.
The kids even know, that song wouldn't even make any sense to a kid. First of all, there's a phone in it.
That's what
the hell
he
is this?
He called up people, but you know.
People like Lil Peep, or they don't know what the Big Bopper. Well, I guess Big Bopper, Lil Peep, I guess it sounds about the same.
Baby.
Yeah, maybe kids would love it.
They liked it,
actually.
Yeah. They liked it when I used to do it. I remember I was making the children laugh. I don't think they knew it from a song. It's just me doing it. But, I got that from Big Bopper. That's where I got it from, yeah. Well, let me tell you what's going on here at Link Canover's kudzu suits. Since we found out about all this wonderful news about these animals flourishing once again, or quite possibly on the verge of flourishing again, I should say.
On the verge of flourishing again.
All these this is the only thing I ever agreed with on a hippie, when hippies, want to help animals. I'm usually on the side of that. I used to like going to circus and things like that when I was younger, but now I look at it and I see how they's hurting those animals. And when a hippie comes out and has to help an animal, then that's the rest of the time when they're just sitting around high and listening to awful, dancing and whatnot. I don't care for that. I don't care about any of that. But if they's out there trying to help an animal, and these young people have to say they're in here, these suits are flying off the shelves. These young people are getting all these little squirrel families are doing their best to get them in there and get these critters back to life, just back in the game, so to speak, with species.
Horny.
Yeah.
I left my window open to my grandmother's basement, and I left the damn kudzu suit out on the dryer, and I left it real inviting, if two dwarf-eared mutt squirrels wanted to fuck on it.
Hey,
because I didn't know I had to go to Iowa.
No,
but I did want to try to record some squirrels fucking and put it up on Pornhub.
Watch your mouth. That you don't understand. The kudzu suit is what attracts them. Now you got to take into account that your kudzu suit is in your basement, around all your stuff, and I know what it smells like in there, and that is covering up a scent of that kudzu suit. Ain't no squirrel gonna get to that.
I've had squirrels in there before looking for them corn nuts.
Well, you ain't going to have any, dwarf-eared mud squirrels in there, I doubt it, because there's plenty of other kudzu suits that's more inviting that they can see and know how to get to. That's where they're going to go do the business. So, buy one, get one free right now. Link Canover's kudzu suits.
But if you buy, but just to be clear, I don't think you're stressing this enough. If you buy one,
yeah,
and one squirrel gets in it, you got to go to Oklahoma, Elk City. If two squirrels get in it and start fooling around,
yes,
you got to go to Mason City,
That's
Iowa.
The difference. If it's two, which it
are these internment camps?
No, then I said that one's a reserve and one's a preserve, I think.
What's the difference?
The Squirrel Preserve is in Mason City, Iowa, and the Squirrel Reserve is in Elk City, Oklahoma. They want the little squirrel families that are breeding and making more. They want them to get to, Mesa City. That's where you need to go. Okay. Squirrel Preserve in Iowa. But buy one suit, get two free, get your buddy. Both of y'all, been wanting to take a trip and have a good time. Little squirrels are most adorable little things living in your outfit and get on up to Mesa City, Iowa. I tell you what, he got a hell of a deal here. Link Canover's kudzu suits. Come on down here and get you a suit and then get you some save nature, preserve this world, preserve these little dwarf-eared mud squirrels.
Who's it? Huh? Who's making these suits?
Link Canover.
Can opener.
Right. No. That's it. Never mind.
Jackie?
What?
I hope you don't have to go to Mason City, Iowa.
Well, I ain't planning on it.
Because I have a proposition for you.
What is it?
You better start stretching now.
Stretching?
You got to limber up those dead old tendons.
Oh.
Because we've got a race to run.
A race?
Yes, Dunlap's Sam's Bologna Man the cart.
Dunlap's what? The cart?
Last week, if you heard us, you heard me talking about how our bologna cart was overrun by people being lured into putting their hands,
tearing the
naked hands right on the cart. It's just one of those things like when you see a fire, you want to stand in front of it, warm your butt on it. It's just something about this cart and this griddle, and maybe the smell of the bologna, and then the smell of human flesh after the first person did it.
Everybody won't touch it. I didn't understand it.
Drawn to it, just slapping their palm down on it.
Now, I had a broom. I was trying to get them off of it. People said, "Oh, don't be mean to them people." I'm like, I'm trying to help them. They're going to burn the hand off if I keep doing that. So I was trying to get them off.
We installed a palm guard so you can't just slap your naked palm down on my hot-ass griddle. So when we go down to downtown Nashville to serve Instagrammable $20 bologna sandwiches to drunk tourists and bachelorette parties with Jackie standing there flipping bologna.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants their picture with him so they can tell the folks back home in Idaho or wherever they come from to see John Connolly at the Grand Ole Opry. Hand out rose-colored glasses from the trunk of his car in the parking lot that they can also say, and this old coot served me a $20 bologna sandwich. And I told you people that when we started making millions, this podcast was through. The Patreon would be shut down, and if you wanted to hear us yell about President Trump, you'd have to go find us in downtown Lower Broadway, Nashville, Tennessee, where we were making millions of dollars fleecing tourists.
Well, I like the plan, but I don't know if it's going to turn out that way.
And I said, don't steal it.
Well, you did say that.
Did I not say that,
You did say that. I said, because I said it's one of the only times I think since I've known you in all the years we've known each other where I said, that's a halfway decent idea right there. I ain't ever heard anything worth a damn come out of your mouth till you said bologna cart on Lower Broad. Bring in, and sure enough, there were, but we didn't account for people wanting to self-mutilate on that.
So that took us out of action for a little while we got the palm guard on it. Thanks, Jackie. Those kind of words mean a lot. And you know what? Somebody did steal it.
What?
Because I went down there last night to scope out location.
But you come up with it first. I never heard anybody say blow the cart for you.
Well, down in Nashville last night.
you said it on here, everybody can hear it. Of course somebody's going to steal it.
Somebody heard it, and the bubbled up bologna slab was wheeling around down there, fried up bologna sandwiches, thin, crispy. Layered, thin and crispy.
I don't like that kind. I like thick.
I don't know. They're pretty good, charred up. But I said, you sons of bitches.
Well.
How dare you steal my idea? They said, what idea? Making bologna sandwiches? You had that idea first?
No, everybody makes bologna sandwiches. You had an idea to make it in cart, sell all the drunk people. That was your idea.
That's what I said. They said, Oscar Mayer over here made the first bologna sandwich. Why don't you stand still and we'll carve a statue out of you, dumbass?
Hey.
I said, hey, you're lucky Jackie ain't here with his broom because he'd swing that around and knock you upside the head.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'd call him out for the language for sure, yeah.
They even had a grizzled old coot.
What?
They had a grizzled old coot.
A grizzled old, what do you...
At Bubble Up. Bubba's Bubble Up bologna slab. And they had somebody named Bubba, and he was wearing overalls with no shirt and a coonskin cap, and they put stuff like makeup all over him, made him look dirty and filthy. And he was wearing over his coonskin cap was a MAGA hat.
A what?
A MAGA hat.
Oh, hell.
Like a cartoon redneck. With a coonskin cap, a MAGA hat, shirtless overalls.
Regardless of his racist leanings, old people still have every right to work. I don't understand. You say old coot. If it don't matter how old he is, if that's his job, if that's where he works, so be it.
I said, where'd you get the idea for the old coot? I have the old coot, and his name is Jackie Brawls.
No, you didn't come up with old people. Old people in the world. That's part of what the world is. The young people, old people. Old people get work jobs, too. They can cook bologna. They can push a cart. They can do all sorts of things. You don't have... That's ageism. I get so damn sick of it.
And they said, this is Bubba Burns. Bubba's Bubble Up Bologna Slab.
That's a good name. That's a better... name. I'll have to say that. Well, I know you come up with the idea, but they come up with better names, so I don't know how far. I don't know if that went to court. I don't know who wins that. I don't know how it works.
Martin and Dixie Carton.
Martin and Dixie Carton?
Martin Carton and his wife Dixie.
Martin Carton.
I ain't his mama. I didn't name him.
I didn't either. I just saying the name, repeating it after you.
Martin Carton and his wife Dixie Carton. And then somebody playing a character named Bubba Burns who owns the Bubble Up Bologna Slab.
Character.
And I said, you know what, Martin and Dixie Carton and Bubba Burns? I challenge you to a get-out-of-town match.
A what?
A get-out-of-town match. Loser has to get out of town.
What are you going to do with what are you talking about? I don't understand.
We're going to have a race. A bologna cart race.
Bologna cart race?
Yeah, so you better start limbering up. If you hold me back...
I ain't going to run fast, especially. You better put a chair on the side of it for me to push me along with it, because I can't move like I used to. Going fast ain't something I'm able to do anymore.
Bubba Burns does yoga, so I expect you to do something.
I ain't going to do no damn yoga. My job is to make bologna sandwiches, and I can do that. Lord knows I know how to do that.
Well, you got to do it.
I can fry a bologna sandwich day and night. I can do it with my eyes closed. I know how to fry a bologna sandwich.
Well, we're going to have a race.
And I don't like it thin, crispy. I like them thick bologna, you know.
Well, they're fried up sheets of crispy bologna.
Well, that don't. I'll try one, but I don't.
It was good. I tried one too.
Well, if it's good, I'd like to try it, but that ain't my preference as far as in the middle image of getting in my head. It ain't something I'd want to eat. I want to eat my thick sliced bologna.
And their cheese food was free.
Free?
Yeah, they didn't charge extra for it.
How the hell are they going to make money?
I don't know. I mean, they're still charging $20 for a bologna sandwich.
$20?
How much do you think we're charging?
I would not $20.
It's $20, then $5. Take a picture with your phone of you.
What? That
they
don't
know
make any
what
sense.
they're doing. They stagger out of it fucking
all right, watch
Tootsies or Juniors or they come out of there. They're like, I won't give a redneck my money. They're tipping. Tipping. And I want to give a redneck my money. Well, come over here, sir. Smell this bologna. You hungry? Give me that money. Yeah. Give it to me. I need it. And now I got a challenger, a pretender. So you're going to next week, we're doing the bologna cart race.
Because I ain't doing no race. I'll cook the bologna. I can fast flip it if that's what you want to do.
Yep, you got to do that. You got to get
that.
a bunch of sandwiches out, and then we're going to pick up the cart, and we got to run a mile and a half to the next location.
Well, if you want me to run a mile and a half, that ain't going to happen. You got to
set up
somebody else.
You got to sweep up because they also believe that keep your location clean.
Well, yeah, you should do that no matter where you are, yeah, whether it's a race or not.
Got to get the palm guard up.
Yeah.
Very important.
Well,
then get those bologna sandwiches served up, which you're great at.
Well, I'm good at that. I tell you, I can cook them fast. It got the temperature just right, and everybody's keeping the hands off of it. I can flip a bologna and cook it in no time. Have it good, greasy, ready to go.
Pack
Put
it
a little
up.
mayo on that and ready to eat it. Yeah.
Go to the next location.
Yeah.
We have to run as fast as we can. Do 5 push-ups, 5 sets of push-ups.
What? I ain't doing any of this. Are you looking at me saying that? No.
We have to climb a rope up to a bridge.
Hell.
And then that's our final location.
I ain't doing any of that.
And then whoever serves the most and the fastest.
Well, find you a new old coot to run alongside your bologna cart with you, because that ain't going to be me.
I made an offer to Bubba Burns, but
well,
he's Dixie's daddy.
Well, see, if you want your bologna a little thin and crispy, then so be it. That's fine. If that's how you want it, then I wouldn't want to eat it that way.
Well, it's pretty good, though. You hadn't had it yet.
Well, I hadn't had it, but I don't know. That's not how I like it.
That's bologna sandwiches.
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Why couldn't you just have like a cook-off or something like that? Because I'd do that. I know I'd be good at that. What does all the running around got to do with it? That don't make any sense to me. I'll do a cook-off if you want to have someone beside. He got to cook that minute, and I got to cook that minute.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I shouldn't have let them set the terms because they both.
What do you mean?
I think they do triathlons and stuff. And I was just mad, and they were like, "Well, what if we did this?" I said, "Okay."
Wait,
It was my idea, like get out of town match. They're like, "Okay." And we have to run over here, and then you climb up a rope ladder. I was like, "All right, you're on."
why the hell would you agree to all that?
I was just mad.
You can't do none of that either. I'm sitting there letting you know I'm old. I know damn well you ain't gonna climb up no damn rope. You can't got the energy to haul yourself up there. You ain't gonna do that.
Maybe when they're climbing, we can demolish their cart.
That's cheating. I ain't gonna cheat. You go back and change the rules and make it a cook-off, and I'll be there. You sign up for that.
You know how I get when I get challenged and I just agree to everything?
No, that's an idiot thing to do.
I know.